External obliques.
Comes down again.
They're outside.
These are
Internal.
That's also the other thing we know, because you're going to see a flap pulled back.
Yeah.
And you're gonna,
They're going to be
going out
internal.
Inside.
And then, what about this one? Good. And there's some kind of connective tissue sheath on the top of it. And the cat, when you try to pull it off, it rips it open, so you'll probably just see the white.
Can we just use this cat for all of the practical questions?
Well, I'll probably use it for several of them. We try to pick the best examples we can. That's why I'm trying to keep track of the really good ones. But. And what about these? Good. And then...
Starts with an I.
Oh,
There's an intercostal.
Good. Intercostals.
With the ribs.
So what about the flat sheet on the middle of the back? And what about down the side? And then if we pull back the trapezius, we'll see these. So supraspinatus, good. And our
Infraspinatus.
infraspinatus.
Rhomboids.
Rhomboids.
Say some shades.
Trapezus. I got it.
Geometry, right?
It is.
Well, that's where the names actually come from. They're named after geometry shapes because they roughly resemble those kind of shapes.
Bicep.
And then
Lateral tricep. Long head tricep.
good. Then the tricky one.
Go, girl.
So we have our
That's the
Brachyradialis.
yeah.
right,
Brachialis, brachioradialis.
brachioradialis, and then what about this one here?
Flexor digitorum.
Longus.
Is it the extensor?
It's extensor. So which one is it going to be?
Radialis.
Extensor radialis. What's the other word?
Longus.
Oh,
no.
Good. Extensor carpi radialis, which makes this one
Polaris.
Extensor digitorum.
extensor digitorum, and then that one would be. What's the name of it?
Extensor
Extensor carpi ulnaris. So we added
Dang, you go.
brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis, extensor digitorum, extensor carpi ulnaris.
Can we just say extensor ulnaris and miss carpi?
For the ulnar and for the radius.
It's. I'll at least give you partial credit, but that's part of the name.
Are you recording?
So that's the.
We give acronyms.
No. So that's the back side of the arm. You can do it one of two ways. I kind of just keep going in a circle. Because if you find the extensor carpi ulnaris, then you're going to know the flexor carpi ulnaris because they're right next to each other. Or you can start back at the elbow. So it's your choice. We can do both ways. But so we had, let's go back to the extensor side.
Extensor carpi radialis.
Radialis, extensor digitorum, extensor carpi ulnaris, which makes this the
Flexor ulnaris radialis.
flexor carpi ulnaris. Then we have this one here.
Like the palmaris longus.
And you'll notice the palmaris longus is going to be kind of this big fat piece, but it's really thin. So what if you're on the flexor side and you can't exactly tell where you're at, it's always this big flat one
Like
right in the
this piece
center.
right here.
And then what would this one be then?
Flexor carpi radialis.
Good. And then this one, it got a little bit ripped off by me, but this tiny one that starts at the elbow and kind
Let's
of
see.
dies.
All add an something.
Pronator teres.
Never mind. See the little tiny elbow one right there.
So those are the 8. So you have 4 on this side. They're going to be flexor, your pronator teres starting at the elbow, flexor carpi radialis, palmaris longus, flexor carpi ulnaris, and you have your 4 extensors. So your brachioradialis, flexor carpi radialis, extensor carpi radialis, extensor digitorum, extensor carpi ulnaris.
So much.
But it's the exact same on people. So if you learn it on one, you should know it for the other.
I do know the people, it's just so many of the same words. That's what
it's the
confuses
long
me.
words.
What were the two ways you were saying that we could start at?
Well, you can either, I always start at the brachioradialis because it starts at the elbow and it's the biggest one, and then you can go around, basically just go around in a circle around it, or you can start at the elbow and figure out brachioradialis.
You did not touch the cat, did you?
No, okay.
And then go.
No, it goes I go
I
here.
was like, you better not be swiping.
It's whatever way you learn it better, but I suggest learning it in order.
Yeah.
Oh my Katie. Stuff all over.
Look, my hands are clean.
Okay, So that's all except for the leg. So coming down to the leg, this happens to be a really good leg.
That's a great leg.
So normally we have these two muscles going to kind of cover up everything. This is garbage. Don't worry about that. But this is going to be which one? Sartorius. Sartorius is going to go over the knee like this.
Like a sword.
Yeah, like the sword.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially on the cats, they're very, very thin and they're very flat. Same thing with this one, which is which one? The gracilis. So gracilis, just like people, are going to be on the medial side, but this is much larger, much flatter, fatter and flatter. So sartorius on top, gracilis in the middle. You pull those back, then you can start seeing all the muscles. So I like to start with the quadricep muscles. So which one is this one?
Ab stuff.
What are our quadricep muscles before we?
Well, there's
No, the quadricep muscles, the ones
Isn't
that
it
do
like the
extension of the knee.
Is that the
Oh,
No, those are
That's on the
hamstrings.
underneath.
femoral.
So this is going to be
Femoral.
our rectus femoris and then our vastus muscles.
Vastus lateral and vastus medial.
Yeah, vastus lateralis or vastus medialis, excuse me. Rectus femoris in the center, vastus lateralis on the side.
Wait, say that one more time. Sorry.
Vastus medialis.
Okay.
Rectus femoris.
Okay.
Vastus lateralis.
Okay, because that's medial. It's like towards. Okay.
In the middle.
Exactly.
I got that.
So those are, you can't see the vastus intermedius on the cat. It's way too hard, so we don't require you to know that one. So just these three. So the two vastus are going to sandwich the rectus.
Exercise.
Like a hot dog.
Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Yeah.